Hey guys, Drifter here. Welcome to Ghost in Depth. In today's episode, we'll be comparing Micheal Myers and the Maniac Juggernaut. I got a lot of questions about these two. Which one is stronger? Which one is faster? Which one has more health? Which one is better? Well, they do share the same model and the same animations and same basic rigging. The model might look a little bit different, but the skeletal underneath is the same. But we're going to answer all of these questions, and we're going to have a gratuitous fight near the end of the episode so you can actually know which one is better. The first thing that we're going to do today is test the health, because I get more questions about the health than I do anything else. And you'll see here that it takes me exactly 25 shots to kill the Maniac Juggernaut. As expected, I'm going to go over their exact health stats in a little bit. Micheal Myers, sorry bud, you're next. I'm going to reload so that we don't have to do any complicated math here. And I'm going to shoot Micheal Myers in the chest. I try to do it slowly, but do watch carefully as I double tap just a little bit at the end and screw up. However, I went back in slow motion, and what you're going to see is that he dies again in exactly 25 point-blank shots from the Amelie, exactly as planned. There's my double tap. I got a little hyper, and his soul does show up. The next thing that y'all wanted me to test was if there is health regeneration. Now, this is the health regeneration test. It's going in fast forward on purpose, because I'm going to shoot him 2 times or 1 time, and then dance and spin and kill a little bit of time and do this over and over and over. And the goal is that I damage him and then give him plenty and plenty and plenty of time to recover his health. And I don't know why I thought that jumping would look good in slow motion, but I was just, we'll fast forward, but I was just kind of bored. And we're working our way down on the health. What you're going to see is that Micheal Myers has no health regen, and he dies in the same amount of shots as before. Matter of fact, I think he might actually die in 1 less shot, because this fellow was unfortunate enough to fall off the cabin before coming here to get me. He ran through the top of the cabin and jumped down. But let's talk about Juggernaut health now that we've done these testing. The Juggernauts in Call of Duty have an effective health of 1,250. That's the same as Micheal Myers, so the Micheal health is 1,250 or 1,250. The Maniac health is also 1,250, and I say effective health for a reason, because this is effective health. A Juggernaut suit is literally a suit of armor in Call of Duty games, at least as far as the coding is concerned. You still have 100 health when you're in the Juggernaut suit. However, it gives you a 0.08x damage multiplier to any incoming damage on your body from any and all sources. What you would do is just take the inverse of that 0.08, which will be 12.5, and you multiply it by your 100 health, and then you get your 1,250. But I wanted to be sure to make sure to let you know that it's actually a damage multiplier what the Juggernaut suit does, because when it comes to rounding numbers and how it rounds damage, it will do some funny things, and depending on what caliber weapon you're using and how much damage it does, you can get a little bit above and a little bit below the 1,250 mark, just kind of depending on how the rounding goes. The next important thing is that none of the Juggernauts, neither Micheal Myers nor the Maniac Juggernaut or the regular one, have any health regen of any kind. As you go, you continue to soak up damage and soak up damage, and you don't regenerate your health until, well, you die, and then you get your health back. But no regenerating as Micheal and no regenerating as the Maniac Juggernaut. Test number 2 today is about movement speed. I had them race to the well just as soon as I shoot my Amelie here, and even though they do go slightly different directions, what you see is that Micheal Myers is in the lead, and though they went different directions, I was a little bit concerned about it, so I decided to do a new test and have them race around the map. So right now they're running about halfway around the map, and as I am told, the Maniac Juggernaut cheated and he started first. However, it's Micheal that's going to come over the hill first, and I had to talk to all the people in the game. The Maniac Juggernaut got a couple steps ahead, and yet by the end of the race, Micheal was clearly in the lead. What this means is that Micheal does run faster. Micheal Myers is faster than the Maniac Juggernaut. It's very difficult to gauge exactly how much without looking at the game code. I'm going to estimate that the gap between them over such a distance was probably about 10 to 15% faster. I'm going to guess that Micheal runs 10% faster. He might actually run about 15% faster. I'm not entirely sure. But yes, Micheal does run faster than the Maniac Juggernaut, and definitely faster than the regular Juggernaut. Test number 3 today is about stabbing speed and killing efficiency, and one would hope that Micheal, being the notorious serial killer, would kill faster. What I'm trying to do is test the animation time, the lock-on time, and all that sort of stuff, and see which one actually kills a group of 3 people faster. Now I am the Maniac Juggernaut, and what you're going to see is that the Maniac Juggernaut has a lock-on animation at traditional stab, which is much slower than the Micheal stab. I'm doing it as fast as I can. I don't even think I need to do it in slow motion to explain to you that Micheal kills faster than the Maniac Juggernaut, and he doesn't have any lock-on. This is kind of an important thing. I'm spinning around like a madman on purpose just to prove that you don't have to get a really hard lock on them to kill them. Micheal kills like old school Call of Duty knifing. He's not doing the Call of Duty ghost knifing to where you have to lock on and go through the whole animation and all that sort of stuff. So it's very important to note that Micheal stabs faster, he recovers from stabbing faster, which means he can stab again, you know, that's the successive stabs faster, and he has less lock-on. With Micheal, you can just kind of run by and swing at people kind of like, you know, you'd say you had a rubber knife or like a chain sword or the banana knife. You could just kind of fling your arm at them in other Call of Duty games and they would fall over dead. Micheal does it that way. He doesn't have to have a very hard lock-on, whereas the regular Maniac Juggernaut is using the ghost knifing, where you need a pretty hard lock-on and you have to go through the whole animation, so you can kill multiple enemies much faster as Micheal Myers, and you won't be stuck there doing the whole animation and being shot. One of the other questions is how much does the stab damage do? I am just going to assume here that stab damage is 150. Call of Duty games have always had stab damage at either 150 or 135, which is more than enough to kill anybody in one stab, and it goes through body armor. But even if it's not 150, if it's a different number, if it's higher, it's lower, it's pretty irrelevant because it's still more than enough to just kill you in one stab. And now the moment you've all been waiting for, Micheal Myers versus Maniac Juggernaut in a battle to the death. They're going at it, stabbing over here in what is kind of modeled after Camp Crystal Lake, and you'll see that Micheal kills the Maniac very quickly. Not only does he kill them quickly, but when I move up with my pistol, which actually does a little bit more damage than the melee, he eats a lot of bullets before dying. So Micheal very clearly and very handedly won that fight. At the end of the episode, we now know that Micheal Myers is better than the Maniac Juggernaut. He has the same amount of health, neither have health regen. However, Micheal runs faster, noticeably faster in foot races. He doesn't need a lock-on to kill, and his stab animation is much faster, so with the Maniac Juggernaut, while you'd be tied up with one person while the whole team shoots you, Micheal can just hack and slash and go through everybody and not have to worry about it. So, Micheal Myers is better than the Maniac, but not by a lot. He's just a little bit better. Well guys, that's all for this episode. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you learned something useful. If you'd like to check out the previous episode, which was on the Maverick A2, you can click the box on the left and that'll open in a new window. And if you'd like to check out the next episode, I do have to keep it somewhat secret because there's a lot of eyes on my video, but this one is about what I think are the best kill streaks in the game, and I've got some methods and stuff to teach you in that one that'll help you get high kill streaks easier. As always, if you enjoyed the content, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Drifter out.